Will you please welcome my second guest today, my second interview guest today. It is Barry from Watford. I can't get that wrong. Barry from Watford. Barry from EastEnders. Barry from Watford. Here he is. Coming in. Sit down here if that's all right. You can get up on. If you manage getting up on there. Do talk. I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hello there. Nice to finally get on the stage. Nice to have the English quoting on, isn't it? All the Americans on it. This country's on its fucking knees and you've got all these Americans on it.
How are you doing? You all right?
Oh, not so bad. I've laid on a bit of lunch, you see. I saw me out there. Pies.
Yeah.
Pasties. Sausage roll! In fact, in the words of Coolio, I'll be living in a ginster's paradise.
It's lovely to meet you. Thanks for coming on. I'm slightly hypnotised by your teeth, I have to say. Yeah, so, which are very, very impressive.
Yes.
For a man of your age to have that many left is...
Well, works well on the podcast, and you can imagine them, you know.
They can imagine.
Yeah.
I don't think they can imagine that.
No,
it's a bit like... what it's most like is in the Alien where the extra teeth come out. You can sort of imagine those, but half of them have fallen out, coming into... So you're doing a show up here in Edinburgh, Barry?
Yes. The Pleasance Above. Pleasance Above tonight. Till 10:30. It's called Barry from Watford, Shooting from the New Hip. And it's funny as this is genuinely true. Last night, yesterday I done the Guardian Amnesty podcast with me. And afterwards I was talking to television and Channel 4 media type Mark Dolan about PR, spitting on the people in the front.
That's right. That's what they're paying extra for to get that.
About PR, you know, how to get more people in the show, that sort of thing, to come and see it. And how to, you know, promote myself to sell more tickets, you know, all the clever aspects, and hiring some media Soho type to come along. And the angle. And I went in the bar last night, I kid you not, there was an Algerian man called is he here? Called Ali. And he said, oh, you know, well, just come to see your show, you see. And I said, you know, why did you come? And he said, I've had an osteo problem with my hip and I thought it might help. I mean, all the plans I had, it's just a play on words. There's no hip facts in it at all. And this bloke come all the way from fucking Aberdeen because it might be some help with his hip problem.
So you can't cure anyone's hips?
No, I
That's
just
you're
said
not offering a Jesus-like
no,
service.
not at all. I said to him, can you offer me a sitcom? He said, no. I said, well, fuck off then. With your hip, if you could get out the Pleasance Courtyard, it won't do.
And how old are you, Barry, if you don't mind me? Is that a rude question?
No, it's not rude at all. I'm 85 years old, but I've got the body of an 80-year-old. I think you're under the floorboards in my house.
So you're not quite the oldest... Nicholas Parsons is still going. He's nearly 90, but he's doing a little bit better. He's holding himself together.
That's
a bit
the
better
only other impression I can do, Nicholas Parsons.
Is it?
Do you want to hear it?
Yeah.
And now, Richard, you have 1 minute to tell me something funny without deviation, repetition, or diversion, and your time starts now.
That's terrifying. That's about flashbacks.
There's no call for the Jimmy Savile anymore. I'm not allowed to do that. Can't do that no more, you see. The interesting thing about not Operation U-Tree, but it has opened up so many more panto opportunities. I just come back from Bromley. I done Mother Goose in Bromley with Giorgio Compario from the Compario. And Stephen Hawking as Buttons, you know. And does Stephen Hawking do those ads? He don't need the money, does he? He must just be desperate to get on the telly. Apparently signed up for the new series of Splash with Tom Daly. Like pushing a shopping trolley in the canal, isn't it? Sorry, that was.
See, it's a very bad taste. As you're an elderly man, I will have to let you get away with that. That's
I've just realised I've done something about someone's hip, and now Stephen Hawking. Who's next? Mental.
Oh dear. So I can only apologise.
I'm so sorry
do you
about
go
that.
and watch other acts? There's an act on. I don't know if you've seen this new act from Canada. It's like called Bacon Face. It's kind of a ridiculous man who wears a mask on his face,
Who'd do
sort
that?
of bacon dripping off him.
Who would do that? What a silly thing.
It's a stupid way.
No, I would like to see Bacon. He's on tomorrow.
He is
really.
on tomorrow's podcast. Hopefully, he's a very unpredictable man, so I can't guarantee it. But a lot of people have bought tickets, so I hope he is.
Does he literally have bacon on his
He's got
face?
bacon on his face. Yeah, it's all bacon. Is what he keeps saying, and he wears a wrestling mask, and he's hiding his true identity behind
suppose
this.
so.
No one knows who he is.
Well, I would like to come and see it, but unfortunately, them pilchers ain't going to buy themselves in the supermarket.
And have you ever I'm asking everyone this, but this, again, not to be an offensive question. What's the closest you've ever come to dying? Have you ever had a near-death experience?
Apart from now.
Yeah.
Near-death experience. Oh, blimey, I wish you'd teed me up a bit better. I did once have a car crash in a Potter Street near Northwood. Anyone know that?
No.
Oh, lucky then. In that case, Ryanair.
Ryanair, that's
Ryanair.
Yeah.
Me and my Margaret, we went on Ryanair recently, and it's the, Ryanair. I mean, everyone does jokes about Ryanair, but the no frills airline.
Yeah.
No, absolute. No. Being able to land a plane properly is not a frill in my. But what I'd say logically, the better airlines are going to have, the better pilots, sort of thing. Who then is flying a plane that is 50 quid all the way to southern Spain? I fully expected to push open the cockpit door and there to be a cat sat at the fucking controls. No. So that was pretty hairy recently, but the lovely thing, the oxygen mask dropped down, and to be fair to them, we were allowed to pay in euros for that to use it.
So everything's going all right with your wife? Because I heard rumours that there'd been some marital difficulties with Margaret. Is that?
Well, there's a lot of strain being up here,
Yeah.
really, because it's quite intensive, you see. And I'm selling out, doing very well at the thing, and the women come, I can't beat them off with a dirty stick, But my Margaret, she is a wonder, it's I do love her dearly. And it's a very deep kind of love, or Stockholm syndrome, one of those. But she's she's out, actually she's come here, been out there in the Vauxhall Mariva, sat nav, airbag in the front. I don't call her that to her face. But.
And how did you get into show business? You obviously started quite late. You sort of done radio shows. And...
I've done radio. I started off with Ian Lee.
Oh yeah.
TV's Ian Lee.
I've always thought of doing a double act with him, but it might be confusing.
Yeah. Old pencil neck. I've done a thing with him, and then we've done that on LBC.
Yeah.
In London. Then we've done it on Absolute Radio, and now I do Steve Wright in the afternoon.
Yeah, I've heard. Steve Wright's probably a bit older than you, is he, though?
A little bit.
He looks a lot worse for wear than you do, and I
I've got to stick up with... I feel very sorry. He's always in the Daily Mail, isn't he? Pictures of Steve Wright, and they've caught him, on the toilet or backing out of a car or something, arse first. And he's not going to look like he did in 1982, is he? What do you expect,
Yeah, it's true. It's fair enough.
You don't look like that lovely, charming little fellow from whatever that was you used to do that I can't remember. don't know.
I look pretty similar, I think.
Let's
I don't
have a
think not much has changed.
Oh, God, yeah.
Stuart Lee's changed, my goodness. So, I feel terribly sorry for him. And if you had, do you know the Muppets, the TV show The Muppets?
Yes, I do know.
If you had to marry, if Margaret sadly passed away, they don't laugh.
Which one would I?
Which one would you marry instead of her?
Oh, my God. Well, I don't know, I suppose, Miss Piggy, only because I can't think of any other male puppets. But let's be fair, they're all made of, foam and sort of fake hair. So what would it matter whether it was a male one or a female one? I like that one. What was the one? Gonzo, was it? Was that funny?
Yeah, and I'm sure he'd be into some quite extreme sexual activities with a name like that. So, you know what I'm talking about, Colin, don't you? I think you might be the first one to know. Maybe someone else has chosen it.
I got a horrible feeling these are the emergency questions. Apropos nothing, the Muppets. Where the fuck did they come from? Have I seen a ghost? Is that next?
I think I might have done.
Fucking hell. Looking at that CD, I expect you see the ghost of your career. That's the only ghost you see in here, mate. I'll tell you that. No. What else is on there?
I've got all sorts of questions for you. Do you find there's any age discrimination against you because of your being in your 80s? Do you find that the BBC are not employing you as much as they could be? Or?
No, I think that probably I'm on the BBC because I've got a certain timbre to my voice. Fuck knows it's not this material, is it? It can't be so. But I think that's partly it. That's part of the joy of it. But, I think that, that's kind of my unique sell, really. I think I've growing up, I worked in my dad's greengrocer up in West Watford. And now it's lovely to get on the stage, you see. Because I'd always wanted to get on the stage. Used to go to Watford Palace to see, all the lovely acts in the 50s.
Yeah.
Joey Young and his Caballeros, Titty Lucy. Stumpy Lenny Blind, Saw Juggling Dwarf, Emperor Ching Chong and Winky Wonky Wanky, lovely. There'd be Ron Kerrison, famous for chopping a woman in half. Wasn't exactly done 15 years of fraud. There'd be a Japanese lady just going across the stage like that. And so, it's a lifelong ambition to get on this. And coming to Edinburgh, well, it's lovely. Everyone's been very welcoming. We went to, I don't know whether you know, what's it called? The Buffalo Grill in Chapel Street. Wonderful. We went in there the other day.
Yeah.
Me and my Margaret, she needed the toilet. She went in, easily pleased, and she went into the toilet. The waiter came up to me, he got me a drink, and they said, any idea what your wife would be having? I said, I say it's a dump, judging by the time. That's the basic level of the sort of jokes you can hear at my show tonight. Nothing very clever,
It should do. You should do. And do you ever get confused for Barry from EastEnders? Do people think you're Barry from EastEnders because you're both Barry from somewhere?
Yeah, I suppose so. If I Google myself, which I do very often of an afternoon when there's no one in, but I occasionally go on there, Google baiting, and there'll always be, it's always a toss-up between, Barry from EastEnders or Barry from Watford.
Yeah.
And I always win. Fucking.
On Wikipedia, you're the only two Barry froms on Wikipedia. So
well, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. It's quite good. And if you had to choose between being a cow and a badger...
Now, this really is low down on the list.
It is.
A cow and a badger.
Yeah, which would you be out of those two? You still have your own mind inside the cow and or the badger.
What does a badger do? I mean, what's its unique skill? Does it produce
burrows.
milk?
Well, it's a mammal, so it does produce milk, yeah.
I'd imagine a cow, I mean, you'd have something suckling on your tits, whether it's a suction thing or an actual farmer, I suppose.
Yeah.
That would be more fun than burrowing, I'd imagine, wouldn't it? I mean, I suppose there's every chance you're going to be slaughtered more.
Yeah, that's a definite possibility on the cow. But, badgers are endangered in different ways. They get kind of cold and badger baited.
Wasn't there a thing recently where they wanted to cull some badgers?
Yeah,
what
yeah.
happened with that?
I think they haven't done it, but it's a stay of execution. It's for about TB and stuff like that. So there's a lot of downsides to being a badger.
Well,
but there's some downsides to being a cow.
So, I mean, presumably that means that they're at it all the time, the badgers, if that's a problem.
I think they are, yeah. So
badger for me every fucking time.
And if you had to, what would it take for you, Barry from Watford, to fillet the actor Keith Allen? What would you need?
Fillet who?
The actor Keith Allen. He's in the comic strip and Robin Hood and stuff. What would you need in return? I mean, it'd be a dangerous thing to put anything in that mouth that you've got there. I'm not sure.
What would it say? I think a personal introduction to his daughter.
Oh, yeah,
might be some sort of, contractual arrangement.
Yes.
That if I suffered the hoary old gob of Keith Allen on the end of my penis, there might be a small chance of an evening out with the delightful Lily Allen. I hope you cut this from the podcast when it eventually...
No, it's definitely going in.
No,
that's the best bit. That's the best
a
bit.
horrible thought, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
The fear. That's a fucking fear for you.
I'm going to ask you another emergency question. It's got that bad. I'm going to go for this. Thought Caroline would hang around a bit longer, to be honest.
Thank you so very much.
Would you prefer? This is a Leicester Square Theatre podcast. I'm going to ask you. Would you prefer to have a hand made out of ham, or an armpit that dispenses sun cream?
Oh, bloody hell. A hand made out... Well, I do bite my nails a lot, so I'm not sure. I think...
it would grow back, so you don't have to... The hand would grow back.
Oh, you can have a nibble.
So you can have a little eat of it. Otherwise, what would be the point of having a ham hand? It would just be an inconvenience.
Well,
you can have a little eat on it and see how it goes.
I think the sun cream one really is. We had a lovely holiday, this one we went down there, and you've got to be very careful with the heat. Me and my Margaret, wonderful, like a second honeymoon in the sand and all that. But you've got to be careful. Lying on her front, she asked me to spray all over her back, and now I've got a court appearance in Torremolinos. So I think the sun cream might be handy. But in this country, do you need the sun cream so often?
Well, you've got to be careful. It's a little public service announcement that even here in the UK, not so much in Scotland, but you do have to be careful.
Well, up here in Scotland, ham is basically most meals, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ham, bacon, right? So maybe the ham would be... I went in the other day, I won't name the pie shop in the middle of town. I had a fucking ye olde lamb kidney and bacon pie.
Yeah.
How oldie the kidney was, about 8 or 9 years is my guess. It was rank. And I tell you what, afterwards I had the breath to bubble the flock wallpaper off a curry house wall. It was appalling, so please stay well clear from that.
Yeah, well, thanks for the warning. That's good. I haven't been. I usually go to the Tempting Tatty every year in Edinburgh. I haven't been this year. Yeah, it's still running. It closed down a couple of years ago or changed management, and I always go and have a baked potato, Richard herring, cheese and mango chutney. I recommend it. Medium-sized potato. Just ask for it. Say I'll just have a Richard herring. They don't know what it is. It took me 15 years to get the last bloke to realise what that was.
Potato is as potato does. How exciting is a potato?
It's great with a bit of mango chutney on it and some
cheese.
Orange cheese.
Very exotic.
That's. But I haven't been. I don't know if I'm going to do it this year. This will be the first year I've missed for a long time if I don't go and have it. But I can't really see the opportunities going to arise that I can go because it's closed on Sunday as well. I think, isn't it?
How much better are they going to make it than you doing it yourself? You can easily pick
a lot
up
better.
cheese.
No, it's much better because they put it in a little polystyrene thing and then they close it and then the cheese kind of melts. You couldn't do that yourself. there'd be no way of making that happen.
Imagine our American guests on here. That's what attracted them to you, the extensive cuisine.
Yes.
Out here in
it is pretty amazing. Look, we're going to have a competition now. We're going to get someone here is going to win some amazing prizes. I'm going to take you through what those prizes are. Not my Slytherin notebook. You can win Talking Cock and a copy of 10. They've already been given away. No one, they can't give these away. It's really good. It's 2.5 hours of free comedy. All of those things are available from gofasterstripe.com. If you're enjoying the podcast at home, do buy some of my stuff. No one seems to be. Just listen for free. Why not? That's what I do. You can win the complete set. This is worth £50 you've thrown away here, Colin. You understand that? You could have sold that on eBay for 10 quid or something. Made 10 quid. It's Series 1 and Series 2 of Fist of Fun I did with Stuart Lee. Now can't get him on the podcast. He's too busy to come on the podcast, Stuart Liam. So it's a shame we can't get him. He'll never come on it. So there's no way we can get him on. The timings don't work. So you won't see him. There's a packet of Haribo. It's just small. Look, tickets to loads of stuff. To Simon Donald. It's got a bit wet because Alex knocked over my water. And Dana Alexander, who's fantastic. One of these could win that.
What's that?
We must never say what it is. It's just so exciting.
Oh, I know what it is.
You know what it is. It looks like a rocket, but it's not. And a T-shirt from Richard Herring from a Ham Hand T-shirt. That's what. I've just knocked. There was some badges that I've knocked on the floor and can't be able to pick up. And a copy of The Box Lady and Other Pesticles, Volume 2 of my blog compilations. You can get that on the Kindle if you want, or from Go Faster Stripe. Glenn Wool DVD. There's loads of stuff. So we're going to. What we need to do is everyone to stand up. If you're standing up already, stand up. Stay standing. We're going to make some statements that are either true or false. If you think they're true, put your hands on your head. If you think they're false, put your hands on your bottom. If you get it wrong, you have to sit down. Whoever wins all of this amazing stuff. So I'll kick you off with the fact, is it true or false, that Caroline Ray's mother is a gynecologist? Is that true or false? Hands on your head for true, hands on your bottom for false. On your own bottom over there, what's going on, Peter? Some people talking about hands on bottoms. That is false. Her dad is a gynecologist. So sit down if you think that's wrong. You got any statements of truth or falsehood,
Yes,
Barry?
okay. A triceratops is a carnivore.
True or false?
True or false? A triceratops is a carnivore. True, hand on head. False, hands on bottom.
That's a good question. What is the answer?
Oh, I didn't. Oh, yeah. The answer is it's a fucking herbivore.
Wow, it looks so scary. You'd think with those horns,
Yes.
it would be going for a human being. Let's see if I've got any other questions, answers you can give. Not really. Caroline Ray appears in the film The Truman Show. Is that true or false? Colin is still in so far. It's exciting. You can imagine if you win all these prizes, it's going to be amazing. He's never got this far in his life. It's false. She was in the film Man on the Moon, which was also starred Jim Carrey.
True or false? I am not really 82.
True or false?
True or false? True.
They've all gone for.
They've all gone for true. I'm not really. It is true. It's not true. I'm 83. In fact, that's the truth of it. So it is.
It was true.
True. It's true.
That got rid of a few people.
Sorry, I confused myself there for a
Caroline Ray's character in Sabrina the Teenage Witch was called Hilda Spellman. Is that true or false? Still in, Colin. That's exciting. It is true. That is that woman knew that. You knew that. Yeah, you're a big fan, so that's why you're here, isn't it? This is to help. Let's have another go. Caroline Ray's middle name is Phoenix. Is that true or false?
Oh, blimey.
Everyone's gone for false. One man's gone for true. Don't draw attention to make you a prick. It's sit down. You're out. Have you got any more statements of truth or falsehoods?
Oh, God.
Any more? That was good about the Triceratops. That was a good.
Yes, that was the best one, wasn't it? True or false? My middle name is Peter.
Peter, is that true or false?
Peter.
It's a made-up character. Don't start. So
I can say whatever I like now.
What is the answer?
It's false. It's John.
It's John. Oh, Colin. Oh, you've done quite well today.
Colin.
Well, that was the longest you've ever lasted.
We can make it, Peter, if you like.
You can change it. So who's still in? Is anyone standing at the back still in? You're still in? You're still in. Good. There you're right. That's good. So I am going on holiday next week to Italy, to the Amalfi Coast. Is that true or false? You saying false? The man who was still in? No, you're saying true? It is true. That's where I'm going. So, how many people still in? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got plenty of time, actually. Got 5 minutes. Let's just have a little song. It'll be fine. Got lots of time to think. Have you got any more facts?
Okay, here's one. True or false? Tim Vine said, mine is the funniest show he's ever seen at Edinburgh. True or false?
True or false? Is that what he said?
You cheeky bitch, you put your hand on your dog. Shall I tell you something? It's false because Tim Vine and Omid Jalili said it, so I'm yours!
So sit down if you said true.
You know.
Who's still in? We've got 1, 2. Anyone else? There's 3, 4. There's still enough in to make another one. Colin, Colin, who sits in the front row here, has... no, I've got another one. I am wearing... I was going to make up something horrible. It was obviously a lie. I am wearing a shirt that comes from the firm Red Herring that shares an initial and a name and a surname with me. Is that true or false? That is true. Could you see the name on the back? No, you see my boxers? I don't know when she's seen my boxers. Who's still in then? This is dragging on. This is great.
Hell.
Going on forever tonight. You're still in. Anyone else? Just 2 of you. Right, great. We're going to get rid of you like this way. I've got one of these. It's a Nike Fuel Band. It gives you points based on how you're doing on the day in exercise. The closest one will win. If you get within 10 or 20, I'm going to give you £20 on top of all those prizes. So just get your bet. What number do you think it's up to right now? I have no idea. It goes up to between, on a day, it goes up to about, I'm going up to about 4,000 on a day. And remember, folks, that it's not the end of the day. So just say a number between 1 and 4,000.
1,990.
Yeah, what do you think? 1,300. I think that might win it based on previous. Anyone else in? Let's have a look. Here it comes. 1,744. God, we're going to have to work out which is closer. I think you're closer. You're closer, so you won. Congratulations. Please give a big round of applause to all my guests you've seen today. Alex Edelman, Caroline Ray, Barry from Watford. Go and see their shows. We're back tomorrow with Martin Moore and Bacon Face. Very exciting. Is that what his name is? Bacon Head? I've got some bacon on me. I'm a man pretending. Look at Colin's putting his stuff in a little plastic bag. It's worth staying to watch this. Are you excited about your presence? Are you glad? The final. What is your favourite show you've seen in Edinburgh thus far, Colin?
Alexis Seal.
Did he give you a load of walnut whips? Thank you. Give him a big round of applause to Colin. See you tomorrow. Thank you for coming. Bye-bye.